What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I think we need to talk more about the 1.2% burn tax because I just got off a call with DJ Trev and Zardar and Alex from the Terror Rebels team. And we talked about a new proposal, new plan. We talked about the one that I talked about previously in trying to repeg USTC and understanding that a little bit more. And it was an interesting plan. It was great. We can always have a breakdown on that if you want it. I can always talk to you guys about it. But if you want to check out the video itself, feel free to go and check out the video. It was a great stream. So go over to DJ Trev. I'll probably put it up in the cards. Maybe that's where I'll put it. I just have to remember to put it there. But definitely go and check out that stream because it was really, really interesting. It was fun to be able to talk to these guys. And even though you may have differences in what you believe in, whether it's the burn tax or it's something else, you can still agree, one, agree to disagree, and two, agree to see common ground or some sort of positive within maybe a negative or, a negative within a positive to see both sides of the coin, really. So, anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me there. I also have a Patreon. If you guys want to join that Patreon, I've been putting out buy orders. Just recently, I made a buy that I put out on, Patreon. And I do plan on making some sell orders as well because selling is the most important part of investing. So if you want to check out that Patreon, feel free to join as a member. And you can get all of the perks that are there. But anyways, let's talk about Terra Luna Classic because currently it's down about 12.66%. It's at 0.0002417. We're seeing the volume at about a billion. It's down 40%. We knew that we were around that $2 billion within one day. And now we're starting to see the kind of opposite side of that where people saw a hype, they saw a push, and that push turned into a pull, right? Because anytime you see a large increase of 100%, you're going to see a pullback. It just depends on how big that pullback is. Good thing is right now we're seeing kind of different support levels at 22, 24. We're seeing some pretty decent numbers here. And the good thing is it's hovering around a $1.6 billion market cap. Now, the volume, again, we want to see more volume, but that's where we want to kind of talk about all this stuff. That's where we want to start this conversation is about the volume. Because when we were talking in this live stream, it was mainly around if the 1.2% will work. And Zaradar said that he has his doubts that the 1.2% may end up losing volume as you get to a certain point. And I agree. I think we will see a decrease in volume, but it all depends on how big the hype stays. And with people like me, people like Claybro, people like Crypto King, people like DJ Trev, whoever, is talking about this position continues to bring the interest and, obviously the hype, the volume, the buying coming into it. But not only the buying not only volume on the buying side, but also volume on the selling side. Volume on the selling side, I would argue, is probably more important than volume on the buying side. Because if we see people getting out of the position, we know they're letting go of their bags, right? It's not something where they're holding on just to get to $1 because we know that we can't get to $1 if everybody holds. We need to see people that are taking profit throughout it. And the crazy thing is, I think we will. So let's discuss this. Let's have a meaningful discussion about this $1 billion in volume and all of that. Now, if you don't know, I build all different types of calculations, different spreadsheets and stuff. I haven't built a spreadsheet for this, and maybe I will build a more complex spreadsheet for this overall potential. But we know that if we have $1 billion in volume at the current price where we are standing, so we look at $1 billion in volume, which would equate to $12 million in a burn tax, right? Then we would multiply that $12 million right here by 24. That would give us $50 billion, right? $50 billion per day that is burning off. If it can stay around 1 billion, right? That would be 1.5 trillion that you can burn off per month, which would be 4.6 months that it can play out. Now we know that there are a lot of variables. There's a price push. We can see the price jump up higher. We could also see the price decrease. We could also see volume decrease. So there's so many variables between the two factors here that we kind of need a big output for. And that one is the volume and obviously the price. If the price is too high, then we're burning off less coins. If the price is lower, we burn off more coins. However, if the volume is low, we burn off less coins. If the volume is high, we burn off more coins. Now, if we see the volume go low and the price go higher, then we can see that we're burning off way less coins. If we see the price go down and we see the volume go up because maybe people are selling and that's where you're seeing the volume come from, now we have more that we're able to burn, right? So if it goes down to 0.001, we can burn a lot more than if it's at 0.002. Understandable? So with that being said, there was the discussion saying, hey, we don't believe that it will burn enough. And he said that he was doing his calculation where it may take 100 years for this to play out because he doesn't believe that the volume will stay as high as it is, because it was at 100 million at that point when he did the calculation. And he's basically saying that the volume will go down as soon as the burn tax gets implemented. But I argue that the volume will actually go up very, very quickly, but then it will start to dissipate as people start to trade and have normal volume and understand how much is going to be burned. A lot of people may end up sitting on what they have because they want to be a little bit greedy. But then obviously you need to factor in as the price is going down, are people going to sell because they don't want to see it drop down any further? So again, so many variables. What's going to happen? My belief is that we're going to see $1 to $2 billion in volume for the first maybe couple of days. Then we'll see it start to creep down to hundreds of millions of dollars worth of volume, to where it will settle somewhere around $200 to $300 million worth of volume. Now, depending on what the price actually is at that moment, we may end up seeing more burns that are going through in the beginning, where we see 1.5 trillion that happens in a month, or we can see a level of 500 billion that happens within a month, or we can see 200 billion that happens within a month. But I think the volume is going to be high to begin with, and then we'll see it decrease. Now, there's always that shock factor to where you see the volume that starts to decrease and you see the price that starts to decrease, and now you start seeing the volume increase because people see a buying opportunity, and once you see that increase, you're going to have those spikes here and there. So that's what I'm thinking could happen. But then there's also the kind of unicorn scenario, right? The unicorn scenario would be, or rainbow scenario, the light at the end of the tunnel, the gold at the end of the rainbow. This scenario would be if we have a bullish market to where people are looking for the best opportunity to buy. Then you see levels of not only 2 billion, but 5 or 10 billion if we have a bullish market. And to tell you the truth, the market is due for one. People think that we're going to see this recession continue to go, but we're waiting day by day to see when this is going to absolutely explode, because we know that crypto is at kind of its lowest point that it's been in a while. Being at less than $1 trillion market cap. So if we can see this absolutely blow, then it brings in a different scenario to where maybe the price skyrockets and the volume skyrockets. Then you see people start to take profit, and instead of looking at just 5 billion there, you also have another 3 billion that decide to sell because the price is going up so high. So when that does take into effect, to where I don't know if it's going to be an automatic burn or if it will be a burn that goes into a wallet and they decide the best time when to burn. I don't know. But all I know is that you're able to burn a massive amount of coins because you're looking at an $8 billion volume day versus a $1 billion volume day. So it really all depends on the volume and the price. We need to factor those into the calculation. And I want to do a full calculation on like a what if scenario here, what if scenario there, what if scenario there, and just have a bunch of different stuff that'll tell us what the burn tax will do. Because I think the burn tax will have a bigger effect. When something has a lot of volume, that's when the burn tax has a larger effect than something like a Safe Moon or something like a was it Baby Dogecoin, right? Doesn't that have a burn tax associated with it? But it doesn't have as much volume in dollar figures than a Terra Luna Classic or even a Shiba Inu coin. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know your opinions down below. But it was definitely an interesting discussion. If you guys want to check that out, again, it will be up in the cards. I'm not sure which way it will be, but it'll be up at the top. You'll see it in the cards, and you can click that video and watch that video because it was a really interesting live stream. I was a part of it. DJ Trev, Alex, and Zardar. So anyways, Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter. Make sure you check out my Patreon, and I will catch you guys in the next video.